Let's head back to the Ashanti region because the Security Council there is on a manhunt for killers in what appears to be serial killings in the region. We're learning that 5 women have been killed and their bodies dumped in recent times. Rexec says the matter is being investigated. Ohimin Teria for our security desk joins me on the phone now. Hello, Ohimin. Ohimin, do you hear me? Right, Ohimin, if you can hear me, yesterday it was about commercial sex workers.
Yes, this year I can hear you.
Very well. So yesterday was about commercial sex workers. Today we're learning of what looks like serial killing. How much do we know about that very worrying trend?
Thank you, Gifty. For the period under review, that's between March and July this year, 5 women have been killed and their bodies are dumped in separate locations. This is raising eyebrows, and residents are concerned. This is why the reason why the Security Council is also equally concerned. For instance, at Ashanti April, within the space of 2 weeks, 2 women were murdered and their bodies dumped in the community. The latest incident being 18th July 2019. And for residents of Abrepo, also in Kumasi, they wake up one morning to the sight of the bodies of 2 women who at that time were middle-aged women being dumped in the vicinity. So Rexec believes that this is an issue of security concern that needs to be addressed. And that is how come the regional minister, Simon Osei-Mensah, who doubles as chairman of Rexec, is saying that Rexec will back police to investigate this issue to its logical conclusion.
Right, indeed so. But Ohimin, they say that this happened between the periods of March and July. And March and July, that's not very far away. Were there any reports made as to or not any cases of missing persons, any reports whatsoever? Did the police mention?
For now, we haven't received any information from police on these deceased persons. But what we do know is that police has been able to identify 3 of them. Their families have come forward to identify them, leaving the rest so unidentified. But that appears not to be a big deal for police, for instance, where people, those involved, the victims are not declared missing by their families or relatives. What matters to police is to get to the bottom and arrest the perpetrators. And the fact that, they appears to, follow a particular, manner. For instance, when you go to these crime scenes, you see that many or almost all the victims will have, you can see that there were attempts to remove their top dresses, but down there they are naked. And you can also find some used condoms just around where the bodies are. And in some instances, they see what it looks more of, semen from these attacks. So it appears that they may have been, special attacks one way or the other.
And that fits into yesterday's concern that they raised at that meeting about commercial sex workers. Have they said anything concerning a possible linkage between these deaths and commercial sex work?
Not really. Just that residents have been speculating that the women may belong to these commercial sex workers trade. But for police and security agencies, they've not been able to pinpoint the fact that they are involved.
Okay.
What they are saying is that they are investigating to get to the bottom.
And about the residents, how do they feel about the trend of, well, of course, if it's 5 people, it does look like there is a trend there. What do they say about this trend? Are they terrified or it's normal?
They are terrified. They are living in fear. For instance, in Ashanti April, for instance, where they witnessed this incident within the space of 2 weeks, they said that the area, has become notorious and want the police to increase their visibility, and beyond the visibility, there are also concerns about bushy areas where these, diseased persons were dumped and all that. So they believe that if the areas, have been cleared, definitely it will give some sort of reprieve to the residents. So for them, they are living in fear and expect police to increase their visibility in those areas.
Hopefully that will be done, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this with the investigations as promised by the police. Ohiminteria, thank you very much for that update. Ohiminteria is on our security desk reporting from the Ashanti region.